Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you.
Today's video takes us to the great state of California, the Golden State. Although these days there's not too much gold in California, it's going downhill rapidly. But that's a whole nother story. Yeah, today we're going to hear from a counselor. Yeah, and he's going to tell it how it is about frauditors. He tells them to get a real job. And if they have a felony on their record, they should get it expunged so they can get a real job. I like this guy. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box at the very bottom. But for now, let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy.
I wanted to give the frauditors/auditors some career advice. I generally don't call them that, but that's what people are using, so I'll just use the term. There are some of you out there that really want to know what the law is. George Metz, for example, is one. DirectD is one. And I saw a video by DirectD that I thought was hilarious. It was Bait Truck that he put on his channel. Now, that movie, that video had great music. It had the 80s electric music, do, 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 do. And sure enough, the cops are right there to pull him over because it's got an F the police bumper sticker, and that was the real reason for pulling over the cops. That shit interests me. And then the axe that was taken from inside the cab, the axe was definitely provocative because it could be used as a weapon. And then he asked a great question. You know, if a cop asks you if you have any weapons on you, you know, what about your constitutional rights to remain silent and everything? So I'm very much in favor of that. But, you know, if the goal is just to simply go to someplace and disrupt the business by filming and being just an obnoxious ass, you know, that's what a lot of this is.
It's really sad to say, but it is all about the clicks and the views. Who can be the most obnoxious to get the most views? That's what it's all about. Like the dude that goes around and asks other men, hey, are you wearing boxers or briefs? Man, you're lucky you don't get punched right in your face, bro. I'm telling you. Ooh-wee.
And look what's happening. All of these guys are going to prison, getting prison sentences, going to jail. The convictions are coming fast and furious. If you look at the federal law, which I showed in my other video, there's a body of law that's being connected from circuit to circuit. You've got the Ninth Circuit for the auditor/whatever up in Northern California. He got nailed. Then you got the 10th Circuit with DMA, the 11th Circuit with Florida, George Metz, you know. And where are you actually left? Now, you know, some of you guys, like Chili, for example, look like you're making a lot of money. So, okay, everything's got a price. And then if you got merchandise, you might be making a lot more money than I think. All right. But you guys are kind of the exception. I mean, even Chili was really interested in figuring out what the law was. So I give him credit for that. But for the others who aren't so informed and you're going off the idea that a sign on a door isn't a law, listen, Mr. and Mrs. Non-Lawyer, most every single time that sign on the door, especially if it's a government office, is an abbreviation of the Code of Federal Regulations. And yes, security officers could be private security guards. They still can give you lawful orders.
Well, we all know it doesn't matter how many lawful orders a frauditor is given, he or she is not going to budge. They only move under threat of arrest, and sometimes they don't move then. They want to be arrested so they can file a 1983 federal lawsuit. Right, which nobody ever wins, by the way. Nobody ever wins. Isn't that right, Chili and Lana?
Now, look at J-Town Press. I mean, didn't she get like a 458-day sentence in Alabama? Remember I showed you the opinion from the judge which said they went looking for trouble and they found it? That was clearly, don't you ever come back to Alabama again. And then what happens if you pick up another charge and you're on probation for that? Now you're looking even more time. So there was that lady that did the tearful, I wish I wouldn't have gotten into this. But again, there are the kingpins who could be making a lot of money and they know how to play it. And then there's the rest of you. I would suggest that you see the writing on the wall. The convictions will not help you in life. It'll keep you from getting jobs. If you think you're jobless now, you really are going to be jobless if you rack up all these stupid convictions. I mean, Craig Henry, I saw him. What did he get? Like a year and a half or 3 years in prison? I don't remember now, but he got a substantial. He went to prison, and this is no joke.
It's definitely no joke. No joke at all. But the frauditors are the ones who are a joke, counselor. Yeah, especially Looney Lana here. 180 days. The rest of the time was suspended. We hope she goes to jail soon. Or, I mean, he goes to jail soon. In a men's jail, that is. And then there's old crazy-ass Craig. Yeah, doesn't he look cute in his Karen wig? 548 days in jail. Now, if you cut that in half for good behavior, that's still a lot of time. And who's going to take care of his kids?
And the more of this that happens, the less tolerant the prosecutors become, because the more of a nuisance it is to them. Again, what I'm seeing for the most part are people who cannot afford their own private attorneys. They're going with public defenders who are overworked and don't have a lot of time to devote to your case. If you have the money to hire really highly expensive private defense counsel, you got a great shot at anything, okay? But that's because you are looking to see where those lines are and you don't cross them, and you don't make things worse by fighting it out with the police because you disagree with what they think. You let me do that. You let me. I have the power to put him in the chair and cross-examine him, make him look like a liar, create reasonable doubt. You don't. So you got to know, how to use the lawyer in the way that the lawyer can actually be of value to you. And then you got the problem of paying a guy like me for maybe a year or two if the case can't get thrown out because it's too much contested factually or politically. It's a bad case and the people want to go forward with it because you resisted arrest. Remember, if you had a shot at getting the case dismissed but you resisted arrest, you almost guarantee that the DA is going to take that case to trial because politically they got to stand up for the cops.
Yeah, well, nobody ever accused these frauditors of being a rocket scientist, that's for sure. Because they'll resist, and they'll resist hard. Oh, what are you doing? You're violating my rights. No doubt about it, sweetheart. Now shut up, you're going to jail.
So I'm just saying that there is a niche out there. There's the DirectDs, the Chili's, the George Metz's, probably some others. I don't really know all you guys that are looking to figure out where the law is so you can stay within it and still run your business. And then there's the others who are so hopelessly ignorant. For example, take a look at what I just wanted to show you from the IRS's own regulations and policy manuals. They've absolutely got no tolerance for sovereign citizen ideology that you are not going to have to pay any federal income taxes because you're listening to some jackass. Remember that guy that I profiled? What was his name? David Miller. He couldn't stop lying. It was hilarious. He said that he saved the U.S. Treasury. Yet here he is pitching his products and books to people in Indiana. So bottom line is, please consider a different career choice. If you've got a criminal record and you think that's keeping you back, see if you can get the record expunged. It will usually remove it for at least disclosure, except for anything for a licensed job. Go into business for yourself. But this YouTube stuff really, when you factor in what it costs for lawyers, the incarceration, the potential likelihood of a jail sentence, I just don't see it. There are exceptions to every rule, but my recommendation is to see the writing on the wall and to get out while you can. Thanks.
Well stated, Counselor. Very good indeed. Please consider doing a video on the Fourth Amendment nonsense and possibly talking about how frauditors cannot be trespassed from public unless they've committed a crime. Oh, we would love to hear your opinions on those subjects. Now, some of the yahoos the counselor was talking about right here, we have DirectD, yeah, he's a criminal. Rogue Nation, another criminal. And, of course, we can't forget Chili de Castro, Man of the Year. Then we have Looney Lana. Hopefully she'll do that time. And then we have little Davy. He should be in jail just on general principle, right? And that's a worry. If you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe. Because when it comes to frauditors on YouTube, it's a never-ending supply of stupidity and the things they'll do for clicks and views to make a couple dollars. It's really pitiful. Please check out my other channels, including Dr. Dave, Frauditor, Terminator. Oh, you'll find love your longtime Lana over there, along with Boom Boom Goat Boy. He boom boom, toot boo, cool money, long time. Okay, yeah. And there's my main channel, which has over 6,000 video uploads for your viewing pleasures. All these frauditors just need to get a job. You heard what the counselor said. If you have a felony on your record, get it expunged. Yeah, be a part of society. Cheers to that.
What's his name? What's his name? I want his name. Hey, don't leave because you're detained, bro. What do you think about your service here today, ma'am?
You know what? If you're gonna be such a jerk.
He was being disorderly. He's being disorderly. And we're not breaking the law. We shouldn't have a problem here, right? Oh. Yo, you're racist. Racist. Oh. That's a hate crime. You're being disorderly. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Lower your voice. You're getting aggressive now. If we're in public property, you have to have a crime in order to trespass us.
Said, take your hands out of your pocket.
I'm asking for a law.
We don't know what the heck you're going to do right now.
Sir, we're not doing anything wrong.
What's the Third Amendment?
Let me go talk to him.
Yeah, nobody knows the damn Third Amendment.
This guy's being disorderly, but it's okay because he's a cop.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
But you can citate them.
Yeah.
Are they going to be cited for disorderly conduct? In America, the land of the free, where we choose to do what we want as long as we don't break the law, who the hell do you think you are?
Fucking man, dude.
I'm not doing anything to you.
Bitch ass punk.
I'm not doing anything to you.
Bitch ass white shoe.
I'm not doing anything on you. Freedom of speech, he never said fighting words.
Those are fighting words.
How is that fighting words? If you feel like fighting, it's your problem. He's not doing anything wrong. I can guarantee you, sir, I can take a video of myself farting and thousands will see it.
Dude, you're in my space. Get away from me. Call the police, would you please?
Just know that we are the bosses, bro. We are. You're not. You have a gun? Yeah. It's your Second Amendment. Guess what? I have a camera. We're going to speak to the mayor about this. By the way, sir, you're in Auditing America with over 100 million views on the internet. I don't have to discuss my day with you. Who are you? Can you briefly, in one sentence, tell us what the Third Amendment is? You don't point your finger at people. We weren't harassing anyone. Oh, you assaulted me.
I did so many.
You assaulted me. She assaulted me.
Come on, we're on camera. We're on camera. Smack me, okay?
We're talking about violence.
Come on, man.
We're talking about violence.
Get out of my face.
Hey.
Get out of my face.
Hey.
Get out of my face.
I'm not backing up. No, you asked me.
You're
I'm
causing a
not.
disturbance.
If you touch her, you're going to go to jail.
I'm not touching her.
Get back up.
I don't want to
Back
touch
up.
either
Back
one
up.
of you.
Oh, the shit show at the post office. You should be crying about that line that you're making. My God.
Why are you crying about cameras?
I have an anxiety problem.
What's your name?
I don't answer questions. And that is why, my friends, Mr. America does what he does. And then you become a tyrant.
And we can nicely refuse.
I'm a tyrant. Who are you?
Who are you?
You're sitting here
Who are
recording
you?
people without their permission.
I'm a camera guy, and I'm in a public place. What's your problem, bro? I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
If I take their massive face, then we'll be recording.
What you gonna? I bet you don't have the balls to do that. We have authorization.
I don't want to be on your camera.
Maybe being in a public
How
place is
about
not the
common
best.
courtesy?
Now it's your turn to walk away.
I can walk away whenever I
You can
really.
walk away now.
Am I being detained?
No, that's why I just told you to
Okay,
walk
I'm
away.
free to
That's
leave.
the opposite of detainment.
Oh, okay, I'm free to leave.
So go ahead. Yes, please.
Okay, I'm free to stay too. Listen, bro, slow your roll.
You have an appointment.
I'm not talking to you. What the Third Amendment is, and I'll be on my way. You don't have to tell me verbatim. You can just tell me briefly what's the Third Amendment about.
Why'd you do that?
We asked you multiple times.
Okay, but why did you do that?
I don't need to speak with you, sir.
Who you need to speak with?
Get away from me.
I'm not doing anything.
You're too close, bro. Never break the law. I know my boundaries. I know where I'm at. I'm not interfering with anybody. I don't need you guys to explain to me how to behave myself. Take this one more personal because I've been in there and I know exactly what you guys do. I know exactly how you guys treat the inmates. Don't touch me. Don't you ever touch me again. All right? Keep your hands to yourself. Why are you touching me, bro? You are a Nazi, sir. And we can get you fired. You know that?
Traveling, we can ask you to leave.
You don't. You can ask, but I can nicely refuse if I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Hey, man, but you have a gun and I want you to stay away from me. Before you enter those doors, all of you stick your tongue in your asses. You touch me. You touch me. Why you put your hands on me? Why you put your hands on me though? You hit me. You can't go anywhere. Look at this guy is following me. Leave me alone. She hit me. She hit me. It's on video. She hit me. And now she's detained by the police. I have freedom of speech. You don't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? Let's stay right here. No, you can't. You're escaping. Yeah, you're helping a criminal. That's a crime too. You were all up in my face. Why don't you get in my face again, stupid? I'm sick of you.
I don't think there's a crime that's been committed.
You haven't made an investigation.
Okay, well, did he assault you?
What are you going to arrest me for? Trespassing? What's the crime? You need a crime. You need a crime to trespass somebody in a public place. What's the crime?
Sir, I tried to explain.
What's the
to you.
crime?
Clearly, you just want to argue.
Well, no. Of course, I want to argue. I've been violated right now.
First one.
You're required to
What's
know
the
this.
first one?
I'm asking you.
What's the first one?
I'm asking you, sir.
What's the first one?
What you tell me?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you, sir.
Okay.
You don't give us orders. What don't you understand about that?